angels, it's Ilisa Juried, and I am here to finally answer all of your burning questions that you've had for the past, 9 to 10 years on the show that I was a part of, the Pussycat Dolls Presents Girlicious. So I asked you guys to personal message me, comment, do whatever you feel that you needed to do to reach out and ask some questions. So I'm gonna do that tonight, and I hope you guys get the answers you've been looking for. So I picked a few of them that I thought would emphasize just everything about the show. So the first one was, how did I get started with the show? How was I found? How long did it air and tape and all this good stuff? So this is how it happened. At the time, I was actually found on MySpace, and that was 10 years ago. And I had 100,000 followers on MySpace, which was a ton back in the MySpace days. And I had a casting director reach out to me and say, hey, we have this show going on the CW and we would love for you to be a part of it. So I auditioned down in Miami. I met with him, sat with him, and I had this really great interview. And then he's like, okay, cool, come back to the live auditions the next day. So I did, and I went through this whole entire vigorous process of auditioning, dancing, and singing, and just doing a ton of stuff. I apologize for my cat who wanted to make an appearance. But yeah, so I actually started out with singing Track of My Tears by Smokey Robinson, and then that got me into the big audition, which was in front of Robin and Mikey and a ton of people, and I ended up singing my version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which is on my jazz album. So if you haven't purchased that, go out and support it on iTunes and Making History. But yeah, so I sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and Robin fell out over it and invited me to be a part of the Pussycat Dolls. And so a few months later, I was flown out to Los Angeles, and we taped the show for about 2.5 months or so, 2.5, 3 months, from June to August. So yeah, like 2 months. And yeah, it was a really interesting process. When I got kicked off the show, I had to stay in a hotel for about a month. So I did not get to go straight home, and we were locked away, and we couldn't be in the outside world without security, which was very rough. And I was lucky enough because I got taken off the show at the same time that Jamie did, and so we got to share a hotel room and be together throughout that time of not being on the show. The next question was, do I keep in touch with any of the girls? So yeah, I definitely do. A lot of it is done through social media, which is obviously a great contact way to do that. The person that I keep the most in touch with is Jenna. We go to the same church, and we, have a lot of the same friends. I talk to Nicole occasionally on Instagram, as well as Tiffany. And I actually just ran into Natalie a few nights ago at a charity event, but I didn't go and say hi, and that was so silly of me because I would have loved to given her a hug. And me and Christina, we talk here and there as well. So they're all amazing girls, and it's really nice to be able to still share the journey with them. Another question was, what was my experience like on the show? So for me, it was bittersweet. It was obviously amazing because it was what's kickstarted my career and has put me in the position that I'm in right now. But it was difficult for me at the time simply because the Pussycat Dolls didn't represent who I was as an artist and a person, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's just my view of who I am as a person was a little bit different. And being around a ton of girls is quite difficult sometimes. And so being in that situation, there was a lot of cattiness and pettiness and, 19 and 20-year-old girls bickering about useless things. So that was the experience that I had, but I'm very blessed and very thankful for it, to be quite honest, because it's launched me into so many amazing opportunities, and I can still carry that with me throughout the day now. So thank you, Robin, and for my casting director who got me on that show, Lamont. Another question that came about was my heart situation. Yeah, so I did talk about my heart, my survival story on the show, and are you kidding me? They just have to be up in this. So yes, my heart situation, my heart survival story. I'm very active with the American Heart Association and then the community in general about speaking at different events and charities about my situation with my heart. And yes, I was 18 years old when my incident happened, and I have a defibrillator. Will have it with me for the rest of my life. Very thankful for it. For those of you who haven't heard the story or would love to hear more about it, you can definitely check that out through American Heart Association, and I plan on doing a video about that soon, but I'll show you my scar because everybody always wants to see the scar. But that's my scar, and I love it because it reminds me every day of what I've been through. And it inspires me to keep going, just to know that you can really do anything and survive anything. So another question that came through was, what am I currently working on? So right now I have a huge show coming up with American Heart Association again. I don't know how many of you watched, but I did the Rose Parade on January 2nd this year, and my single Live Your Life released. It was amazing. Listen guys, 70 million people watched this from all over the world, and 700,000 people were at the parade. It was my biggest performance yet. It was insanely amazing. Just an experience that I'll keep with me for the rest of my life that I'm so, so grateful for. So I linked up again with the American Heart Association for the Rock the Red campaign. And so I am performing and hosting and telling my story in just a few weeks. So I'll be sure to post that footage. But besides working on that, I am working on my album and shopping labels and doing all the fun stuff. I am an independent artist right now, which I love because I have full creative control over everything that I'm doing, so that's a lot of fun. And then there's a lot of other stuff in the works too, so you guys just have to stay tuned and follow the social media to see all of the updates. So another question, why do I call you guys my angels? Well, there's many reasons why. I feel like we're in this journey of life together. I really do. I feel like we're on this path together, and angels just represent so many different things to me. I believe that we're all surrounded by angels. We're all children of God. And angels just feels like a very safe place. And I feel like, you know, maybe I inspire and I touch you guys, which is my goal in life, is just to inspire people through my story and through my my career and my journey. But I feel like in so many ways you guys touch me. You inspire me to keep going. And you guys constantly come to me for advice, but in that instance of you doing that, you're really helping me out too. So like I've always said, we're in it together, we're fighting together. So I just feel like we're all angels. We're all fighting some sort of battle that we can help each other get through. And I think it's extremely important that we unite and reunite together as one to make change in this world. So rock on, Ilisa's angels. That's exactly what you are and will always be, is angels. All right, and the last question is, which one should I go with? Would I ever do reality TV again? Yeah, you know, in the right situation, I think I would do reality TV again, but I would do it different. Would I do a competition show again? Probably not, but I wouldn't mind doing a reality show that followed me on the path of showing what it means to be in this business and the struggle that it takes and how difficult it is, but how great it is once you get there. And I still have so much to learn, and I'm just, you know, on a steady path right now, but it's a lot of work. And you know what? One more question, because this was asked to me by a lot of you, so I just want to help you guys out. Everybody keeps asking, what advice would I give to you? And it's simple. It's really simple. It's keep going. And I know it sounds cliche, and I know people think that it's really hard and difficult to be in this industry, but guess what? It's actually hard to be in any industry. Whether you want to be an entertainer, a doctor, or a lawyer, everything that you do is going to be difficult. And the one thing that just makes me strong in knowing that I can do anything is just my faith and knowing, believing, confidence within myself. Anything is attainable. You just have to want it bad enough, and you have to work hard enough. And no matter what it is that you decide to do, even if you want to fly to the moon, it takes a lot of work, and you can do that, and you can be successful at anything you want to do. You just have to let people not get to you too. Everybody always has an opinion. They're so quick to judge, but just focus on yourself, focus on your goals, and I promise you, you will have everything that your heart desires, because in the end, that's what God wants from you. He wants you to be able to have everything that your heart desires. So that is all I have for you right now. I hope I answered some fun questions for you guys, but keep asking. I'll do more videos, and you know, as much as I can help you guys, I promise I will. That's all I got. So I hope you guys have a beautiful week. Be productive. Go out and go do some amazing things. You guys can have a TV show and a record deal and a billboard and be that lawyer, be that doctor. Maybe give me heart surgery one day. Hopefully not, but I'm just saying, you never know. So, love you guys. Thank you for your support and your strength, and for always following on my path, and just for believing in me and giving me the strength to do what I want to do every single day. I'm honored, I'm humbled, and I'm blessed by you. Thank you, angels. I'll talk to you guys soon. Mwah!